This guitar is literally beating me up. Well, not literally, figuratively, it's beating me up. No, it's literally beating me up. Hey, for real, this guitar did beat me up. It won. This week it won. But we're coming back. We got to come back. It's going to be awesome once we get it finished. But you'll see the problems that I encountered throughout the video. I was under the assumption that this was one guitar at one time. This neck matched this body. As you'll see, we ran into a little problem there. It doesn't. So we have to make adjustments, and it took me a lot more time because I didn't see that one coming. But before you do anything else, please subscribe all the way down. Do it now, please, with sugar on top. Anyway, please watch the whole video all the way to the end, and at the end you'll see kind of where I'm at, and I'll get it finished out this coming week, and hopefully a video maybe by Wednesday, about 4 days from now. It should be completely done. We can do a sound file on it and everything. But anyway, thanks for watching, and here we go. Yeah, I've decided to go. We're going to go ahead and put a kill switch in this thing, but instead of having it up here where there's room, I think it's going to be a little tight there, and if you hit the knob, but if you get it right in there, I think it'll work just fine. And we're going to put it in that space right there instead of in between there, which that doesn't give us a lot of room. I think you'll hit it if you start messing with your volume, so we'll just go down one. Since this is a smaller knob, I think we can get away with it, so we'll do that. This should be relatively simple. Easy peasy. I'll clean that off. Ha! Perfecto. That's going to look good. Let me get a close-up of it. Not through with it and all that. Let's clean that off. But therefore we're gonna go with volume. Still haven't decided whether we're just not gonna have a master volume and then have everything switched through the switch here. But we may do master volume, tone, kill switch. Or we may go volume. Haven't quite decided yet. Problem number one, you see right there, see that gap in between the heel and the body? We've got a problem, Houston. We're gonna have to fill and re-drill this neck. So that's problem number one. The next problem, I was under the impression that this neck matched this body. That is not true. This is a different neck off of a different body. It doesn't fit in the pocket right either. We got gaps. Well, I had to disassemble another Floyd to make this one work. This block that came off of the Floyd Rose was, here, let me turn it over so you can see the difference. Going all the way up to that, you can see it's right, oh, it's over 1/8 of an inch. It's like 3/16 off there, which it didn't poke far enough down into the body for the springs to hook into the spring claw. They would not stay in. So this is another thing I had to do to fix another problem. But now that it is fixed, I will reassemble this Floyd. It will, only thing that'll be changed out will be this plate here, this block here. Second problem was this, which shortly I showed you. I had to fix this and put another base on it. It was not long enough. Hold on, let me hold that. Was not long enough for these springs to pass that wood on the previous plate. You can see now I changed this block here on the back and made it to where it raised up far enough to put the springs on, so when you use the whammy bar, it doesn't pull the strings off, or the springs off. So that is now ready to go. That was time consuming. Everything on this has an issue. Okay, what we're gonna have to do this, and I knew this up front, these never fit right because the whammy bar is spread out further. Always the part that holds it away from the block is spread out further than your standard Fender tremolo system. So you always have to cut out a little bit right here. And since this, I added that block on the bottom of this, and it's longer, so it's gonna want to hit back here. So I not only have to trim out here, I also need to come back and trim out all the way around here so we're not hitting, so that you won't pull the tremolo out of the body when you do a whammy bar dive. So that's another thing. Next problem we've got to fix is, you see the gaps or the holes there that were made for the pick. This is made for a pick guard to suspend the pickups over this oversized hole, as you can see. Well, we're going to mount these directly to the body, I do believe. We may go a different route. I may use some pickup rings that I've got. I'm going to try that here in a second, see if that does work. Or we're going to have to fill these with wood, these little gaps down here. We're going to have to add wood there regardless of whatever we do. And we're going to have to come all the way up to the pick guard maybe, just to give us something to mount to. But anyway, so this is taking major league more time than I thought it was. I assumed that the neck was going to fit. So this is a problem. It's in the pocket, and I got way too much movement there. And there's, if I push it to all the way to the right, I can see the gap. I want it straight. I hate to use shims on necks, but there's a way to do it that's permanent. But I'll show that also. But it's just adding more time than I thought this was going to take. This is going to add another day because I really need to, once I fill it with maple dowels, I'm going to have to let it sit with glue. We're going to use some wood glue on it, of course. So it's going to add just that much more time. Every project kind of has these things, but this one, you know, maybe one or two of these things, but this one has every issue. When he sent these, I just assumed that the body went with the neck. I guess he never said. He just said it was almost a complete guitar, you know, minus a few parts. So here I am. It's going to take me, I won't be able to get this video ready like I wanted to. But anyway, yeah, shoot. I've got a lot to do here. This became a major project, and I was thinking it was going to, once I got the paint job done, I thought I was just going to slap stuff together. This just adds a whole lot more time to what I got to do. That's why I said this thing was beating me up. When I started putting it together, that's when I started noticing the problems. So it happens when you're doing projects. You got to make it work. I got to have that. I will not leave a neck loose in there because it will move. Either it will tilt this way or this way, and your strings will come out of alignment with the poles, bridge, everything. They'll be falling off one side and too far over on another. So it's a horrible thing. You gotta have a pretty tight, or at least snug, neck pocket when you put a neck on. It's got to be hitting wood here, here, and here, and all the way up. Especially on a Strat or a Telecaster or a bolt-on neck, you know, where you don't have the full thing surrounding it and it's not glued in, so it's going to move. And you got to have wood against wood on 3 sides, or it's just going to get out of whack. The old Japanese guitars from Taisco used to, I mean, they never fit right, and they would always have strings hanging off one side and, you know, and the other one, they're over just too far on the fret. But we're not going to have that problem with this one when I get through with it. Everything's salvageable here. At first I thought, oh man, this just isn't going to work. There's always a way to make it work, and everything's going to be permanent. I'd rather have the neck filled and drilled and move down to where it's supposed to be than build this part up. Because I'm already going to have to build this part and this part up. I'm with shims, and so they're going to be permanent, it'll be sturdy in there, and it'll never move, and it'll be fine for years and years to come. Well, forever. Anyway, this just frustrates me to all. Yeah, just one of them days. All right, let's get this neck fixed. Gonna have to fill and re-drill the new spots. This is a pretty simple operation. Alright, let's take the neck off of here. We just gotta drill those out. And then we only need to go down, let's see. Okay. About the same right there. Don't want to get too deep. Yeah. Size it out right. Remember, always run your bit backwards for a second so you don't get any tear out. Press down kind of hard, run it backwards. Yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna cut off four pieces long enough. Simple enough. Put a little piece of styrofoam under here because I'm going to be hammering these in. We're gonna, hold on, let me put my eyeballs on. So I kind of see what I'm doing here. Don't have to worry about it being a little jaggedy on the ends. That's not going to matter. We're going to smooth it out, cut them off. All that stuff. We're going to have glue all over the place here in a second. I'll get a rag and get a... That's good. Good little lesson learned. I'll just wipe it on now. Make sure we're in there good. We are. Just usually use some 400 just to see if I feel anything there. Now, just as a temporary fix before I glue anything in, I want to set the neck right there, because we've got some movement and we need to see how much. So I'm using 400 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to put one on each side. Let's see if that's about the size we're going to go with. Yeah, just take a dab. Not much. We're not talking running super glue anywhere. We just want an ever so small dab. We just want to glue this to here. And then glue this to the other side. That is sandpaper. I had to go to 220 grit to get it thick enough to make that neck tight, and I got a couple pieces over here. This is temporary. I'm also going to measure the thickness of this so I can cut the right sliver of wood, and I'll be gluing that on there. Now with that in there, I know we have a snug fit. Yes, hitting on both sides, going all the way down. So there it is. The neck will hang there without anything touching it. So we're good to go. Yeah, that's just tight enough. Just perfect. Just snug. Absolutely perfect. So I'll be replacing that with wood, but to finish the guitar, I'm just going to leave the sandpaper there for now. It's going to act as my shim for now on both sides of the neck. It's good and tight, and it's even, and it's straight. Now that my bridge is fixed, it's going to run me out of time for this week. It's not finished.
I was planning on making this just a 3-part, but looks like now it's going to be a 4-part video to get this thing done and sound checked and everything. Let me know in the comments what you think about this particular look. I'm probably just going to screw these in. With the, also he sent this stuff. Comment down there and subscribe. He sent this stuff, which is watch parts or something like that, and they're non-magnetized. In other words, the magnets aren't attracted to it, and he wants me to put it in the cavity here or something, so I need to get my artistic hat out and figure out. That's too steampunk for me. I mean, I think it'll look cool, but I'm going to stick them down in the cavities and make it look like gears are working or something like that. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Please subscribe.